Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Hello and welcome back to What's on Tap podcast Christmas calendar.
Bonanza.
Yeah. It is day 10 of the calendar.
It is day 10 of the calendar.
We're back. We haven't fallen off a cliff yet.
Not yet. That comes at day 25.
Oh, it does?
They just fall off a cliff.
Yeah. Oh, no. What a terrible fate. So I've pulled from the big burlap sack of treats.
Yes.
I pulled a beer which turned out to be from you.
Yep.
So I'm going to open this. It is obviously a bottle.
It is obviously a bottle. The bottles are always easy to figure out.
Are you one of those who used to squeeze the presents when you were a kid?
I gotta shake them. I gotta get a little shake.
Shake?
Yeah.
What if it's something really, really fragile?
I mean, that was not an issue with as a child.
This is Alesmith Barrel-Aged Speedway Stout 2022.
Yeah.
Nice. I have no idea. You must have gotten this in Denmark.
I got it on a web shop. It was at all the web shops
nice.
At one point. So I was one of those. I was afraid that you may have gotten it before I got it. So
I had not. I don't know if I've tasted it during the year. If I did, it would have been like a small sample at a festival or from draft. But I don't have a. I remember when Speedway stouts, especially the barrel-aged ones. You
just couldn't get them, and they would always come in bombers or that would be big bombers, and they're super expensive. And now just get a 33 centiliter at a web shop for
it smells so good.
I think under 100 sec. Yeah, I know. This came out, and like I said, I saw it at 3 or 4 different web shops, and I thought for sure that it would have one of our little beer drinking group would have picked it up for
but nope,
for a share.
Oh, the aroma reminds me so much of Backwoods Bastards that we had.
On day one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it smells really, really good. It's
they have that same delicious bourbon
it's
aroma.
got that real nice, solid bourbon. And this is imperial-aged stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee. And it is a 13.3% ABV beer.
Nice.
All right, man.
Shaking it just
agitating it. Yeah.
It's beautiful. It has a really nice cappuccino, like thin. You can really get some.
You get the
bubbles.
residual head on there. Yeah. That's really quite lovely, and just smells so good, so good. That's good.
The roastiness, the initial flavor is a lot of roasty coffee and malt. The aftertaste is quite a boozy, thick, bourbony wood and chocolate really comes out.
Yeah. It's definitely boozy, but it's not alcohol burn boozy. It's very balanced, I would say.
I agree. Both on this show and when we drink with our other beer friends, we use boozy for two completely different sensations. One is this. I should say warming, because that's what I really mean. This, like when you drink a whiskey, you get this warming, like,
Yeah.
That is, of course, a boozy feeling. But sometimes we say boozy in the bad way.
Yeah. Usually when I say boozy, it's mostly because the alcohol burn just kind of takes over. You're just kind of
like ugh. Or it brings out some disgusting flavors together with it.
But this is extremely well balanced. It's not tannic at all, which you sometimes get with the bourbon barrel agings. I've been seeing it more and more lately. Just bad barrels that are departing sour notes into them. But this really brings forth the bourbon barrel qualities. It's got, like I said, really nice roastiness. I think the coffee's kind of boosting that roasty edge to it because I don't get a lot of coffee off of this. But I think it gives it a little more of a bitter backbone and makes it feel a little more structured in the chocolate areas.
I agree. I was just looking at the cap because it has the Drickeriget import firm logo on it.
It does, but I did not buy it from Jickery yet.
No, but that's the thing. They import, so they now act as middleman for so many breweries.
Yeah.
Where stuff is being shipped from the States specifically to Copenhagen, and then Drickeriget just kind of redistributes it.
I remember someone talking about that not long ago, but I don't remember what they were saying. I don't think they were happy about it. But
after we close this episode, I can give you some insights from people who don't want their disdain of Drickeriget known.
as I say it, I'm like, oh wait, now I remember.
But there can always be too many middlemen.
Yeah. I mean, everyone, because every time a keg or a beer passes through someone, there's a little bit of, they got to get their little cut of the pie. So it's like,
yes.
so say a beer starts at 50 cents an import, or in the U.S. By the time it gets to say Europe, whether it's in Netherlands or Denmark, already it's doubled in price.
Yes.
And then if that distributor then sells it on to someone else, well, then they're going to add their extra 50 cents on top of that. So already it's 100% more, or 200% or 100 what? Yeah, it's 200% more than when you started.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like, and then if it goes into a bar, well, they got to add their extra 30% on top of that.
Exactly. So it's definitely a monetary problem, but it's also just a problem for the beer. The more middle hands you have, the more problems there are with shipping, keeping, storing.
Because it may have the
handling.
first distributor may have taken really good care of the beer, shipped it over in refrigerated plane cargo or insulated boxes or whatever, and then it sits on a import dock for 3 weeks, and then then somebody else picks it up, and then it sits in their warehouse, and who knows if those are climate controlled? Probably not, and then it goes to someplace else, and so
it's just so difficult to control. But going back to the beer, I'm really digging it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of stalling a little bit to let the beer open up, warm and open a little bit more, breathe a little bit, because I feel like this is a beer that you just really want to sip and enjoy and take your time with, and it needs to breathe and let some of the alcoholiness burn off a little bit so that it can get more of those subtler notes.
Yeah, I'll definitely savor this for longer than this episode runs.
All right, so what do you give this?
I'm somewhere strong. I might be 4.5 or 4.25. I'm somewhere around there.
I'm a 4.25, solid 4.25.
Yeah.
If we were doing tints,
smallers,
I would probably do 4.35.
Yeah, I could go 4.3 or 4.4.
Yeah, it's not quite 4.5, but it's really getting close there. But it's definitely a solid beer.
But I'm also I'm in a good mood, and I'm ready to round up.
Yeah,
I'm ready to round up more.
All right,
ratings and how
holiday season's approach.
How I judge friends.
Yeah, well, so you get new friends is what you're saying.
No, that's not at all what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm saying reevaluate.
Exactly, reevaluating your friendships because you need to round up.
Exactly. So they're worth more.
Okay, so I said 4.25, and you're saying,
let's say week 4 or 5.
Okay, week 4 or 5, solid.
It's great, because it's also going to get better with.
It is going to get better with time.
You are going to regret your 4.25.
And it's just one of those things I have to live with.
The burden of one rating that was slightly off.
It's too early. And so this has been sitting out for almost probably about an hour at this point. So it was really cold in the fridge, and I was like, it's going to be way too cold for the show. So I set it out so it would have time to warm up, and I'm glad I did.
And then I pulled this from the bag.
Yeah. No, so at least I had a good hour to warm up first. Okay, well, that's day 10, so we will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.